Okay.
Brian tried saying he was out helping his woman get a car, dude. I'm like, it's Valentine's. That sucker turned around. She was like, you better not go to that show, dude.
Well, he's the typical, the atypical man. I mean, is that real leadership, though, for him to be that way?
No,
is that in a biblical standard?
No.
I mean, that's what we should talk about. Is Brian. Like, is this leadership allowing your woman to... Exactly. I mean, is that leadership? Is that what a woman wants?
That is cojones and a purse.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude. We should talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Cojones in a purse. Dude, I'm telling you, bro, that should be the motivation. Today's Valentine's Day. Why are we talking about weather and climate change, bro? Like, I don't get that. Valentine's Day. That makes no sense to me, dude.
Last week.
Well, what about cojones in a purse?
Well,
bro?
we didn't think even about that.
We could devolve into that for each show.
Kahunas in the purse.
Oh, snap. I forgot my notes. Dang it. Well, that's all right.
You got your phone?
No, it's downstairs. Oh, wait. No, I got it. I always have my phone on that.
I didn't have a chance. I've been on a run.
Dude, I just made these notes up in 10 minutes.
I could have been
I'm
looking
like,
at
this was not my subject, bro. I was like, eh.
I could have been looking at notes while we were eating.
This is definitely one we haven't talked about, dude. Is global warming some like
Is that the
real
one?
crap, bro.
Sorry?
Is that the new one?
Oh, no, he's got the new one. You mean Grok, or are you talking about the phone?
The phone, the new one.
No, he's got the new one. See, the
17?
cameras are different. See how the cameras are.
Oh yeah, it's a bigger base.
I did have to get the bigger phone.
Oh, I gotta turn my phone down.
Your vision?
I want it ringing.
Yeah, I notice mine at night. If I'm on the screen, then
I was gonna get that one, but they didn't have them in stock, and I was like, screw it, I need that large phone now.
I think I'm gonna wait till the 18 comes out to get a new one.
Nice. The only reason why I upgraded is just for the bigger screen. That was the only reason. Otherwise, I didn't care whether it was that one or this one.
I upgrade when my stuff starts running slow
Yeah.
because of all the updates. I'm
That's
like,
how they designed it.
Yeah.
exactly.
They do it on purpose.
Planned obsolescence.
I don't like the big one because of the size, put it in my pocket and stuff.
Yeah. But it fits like your work pants. This one. It'll
Yeah.
still fit in that. But I use Ariat now. I went away from Carhartt because Carhartt's too baggy. The Ariat or whatever, that Western wear. You know how they've made their
Haven't tried
rebar brand? Dude, those are comfortable. Those are way comfortable. They're snugger fitting. And they have like little stupid stuff like a key ring so you can clip onto that instead of dropping your key all the time. And then they even put like your phone right here too. So that way you're not depressing the voice, you know, the volume. You know how sometimes it gets like crazy or you can't hear anything because it goes.
Yeah, I want to. I might try it. Where do you get the area from?
Dude, it's Murdoch's, Dick, or I don't know if Dick's has them, but Murdoch's, and most of these outdoor stores have some Carhartt.
How are they priced?
Dude, they're priced cheaper than Carhartt. Carhartt's just gotten kind of a little too big for its britches.
And they're not
That's
as
because they're.
quality.
You
wear out
know,
faster.
that's you know why? Because they're the new starter jackets in high school. Remember how we had starter back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
that's what
everyone's wearing
the
it for
high schoolers
fashion.
are wearing. Yeah, I never wore starter either, but
That's what I want. My own clothing brand made out of hemp. Workwear.
Dude, if you did that, bro,
I want to, but I don't know how to start it.
I know you were talking about that almost a year ago, huh?
Yeah. I might have to look into it more.
Dude, it's amazing. I went to REI, bro. Dude, they're selling pants, athletic pants, work pants, so-called, for like almost $200, $190. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Like, I'm just like that.
I'm gonna wear out in 6 months.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about bougie, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Can you hear us?
Thank you.
All right.
How's everybody doing today? This is the Guy's Perspective on KLZ 560 AM. You can listen to us every Saturday from 2 to 3. You can also call in if you like what we're saying, or if you disagree with us, if you think we're a bunch of nutcases, call at 303-477-5600. Again, call at 303-477-5600. Let's go around the room and introduce ourselves, guys.
Reno, a local business owner. Happy to be back in town.
This is Andre with Advanced Electric. Again, what don't we do electrical? Thanks for your support, guys and ladies.
Perfect. And I'm Brock.
And this is Heath Hine, the actor in Colorado with Clearview Windshield Repair. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Let's jump into it. We're going to talk about something we haven't talked about.
What's that?
Global warming.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Brian. Brian's not here. But
Yeah, global warming, man. Do you think human beings are destroying our planet? Do you think AI is going to affect our atmosphere at one time? Let's dive into this stuff, man.
You mean AI like in the Terminator? Like it's just going to realize that if we can't control our own climate
man.
and our own life, so it'll take over and create a nuclear apocalypse to eliminate the human world. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe so.
What is global warming?
So global warming is, at least the way I read about it, it's the sun's heating the earth up a little bit more.
Well, it's not the sun, it's the so-called greenhouse gases.
Right, the greenhouse
that are
gases.
trapped in the atmosphere.
Right.
The
So
sun's remained as is.
the sun remains as is. But it's interesting to think about global warming because, we're here in Colorado. Look outside, man. And this is...
We have not got a snow.
So global warming refers to specifically to the long-term rise in Earth's average surface temperature caused by human-induced heat-trapping greenhouse gases.
Ooh.
Right. So do you guys think it's... AI says it's caused by humans. What do you guys think?
The definition says it's caused by humans.
Yeah, the definition says it's
You got
caused
that
by
right.
humans,
So
man.
is that why AI is going to get rid of us and then take over the world and cause a nuclear?
AI sees us as
threat?
cockroaches.
Yeah.
It wants us to,
Cockroaches?
we're the cockroaches, man. We're
Cockroaches.
the problem.
I just think this is an interesting topic. We've never talked about it before. Here it is. It's February 14th. And like Dre said, there ain't no snow.
No snow.
Well,
10 years ago, there would have been snow.
And truth isn't here either because
I've seen videos of people that where it did snow, they're grabbing snowballs and they're burning it with fire. And it's not
What?
melting.
Oh, because it's got...
I haven't tried it myself because we don't have snow.
you sure that's not AI?
Could be AI.
It could be AI.
When hell freezes over.
So what do you guys think about, do you think we manipulate the weather?
Well, we do manipulate the weather, that's proven. But to that extent of creating a global catastrophe, you know what? I was actually reading how in the Vietnam War, they actually created a war pact to make sure that we wouldn't manipulate the weather anymore because we extended their monsoon to try to flood out their tunnels.
Wow.
And then so it's effective. It's true.
That's
You
not
know,
the only time either.
And it's not the only time now.
How is it possible? Like cloud seeding?
Correct. Yeah.
Cloud seeding.
Cloud seeding.
Okay, so this has been around for a long time.
It's been around for a long time.
But people are attributing that to chemtrails, or chemtrails are different than cloud seeding.
I believe
I
depending
think
on who
they're
you talk to, they're
right.
saying cloud seeding is the chemtrail.
Yeah.
It is the, basically they're putting it in. If you're like one of those Alex Jones listeners, then you believe, or you might believe that what he's saying is that they actually put that aluminum oxide in with the mixture of the air jet fuel.
Right. And so with cloud seeding, they can actually make it to where, if this is all true, they can make it to where it can rain. But there's also overseeding that I was kind of studying on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, by overseeding, you change the whole structure of everything to where it won't rain. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they've said some pretty interesting things, like how they stop rain, like before games, like sports events. Mm-hmm. They'll overseed so that they won't have rain during a game or an opening ceremony for a game. Like, it's crazy the type of stuff we can do.
Reno and I talked about that in an end time, like a prophecy thing, where basically the former Soviet Union did that during the Chernobyl event, where a weather scientist was trying to figure out how, because they were predicting that Moscow was going to have that toxic rain, that nuclear fallout fall upon it. And then all of a sudden, by a miraculous event, it hit the farmlands and never hit Moscow, where the prevailing winds were, shooting that over. What they found out is that Moscow heavily seeded and caused the weather pattern to direct its rain into, the farm fields.
I was reading about that, man. It's pretty amazing. Like I was reading about you can read anything online. You don't know if it's true or not. But I was reading about this 2008 Olympics. Right there in Belgium. They controlled the weather. They were supposed to have, for opening day, rain or snow or something. They completely manipulated the weather so that they could have sunny skies, man. So it makes you wonder if it's like a chemical warfare that we'd be able to use against other countries.
Yeah. And I make a correction. It's not aluminum; it's silver iodide.
Right.
So.
Silver in the sky.
So do you guys think that we're polluting the world in such a way, we're causing global warming, that we're killing ourselves?
That we're polluting ourselves?
Yeah.
Do you think that, do you think there's a greater population that, that 1% that basically is trying to pollute the world to make the world the way they want it?
That would be cut the nose off to spite the face. They're ruining their own world too.
Yeah, but if they
it's going to turn into fallout and they're going to be in vaults.
If they get rid of the majority of the population, then who they would consider as peasants, then they don't have to feed the peasants. They eat the insects, or we eat the insects, and they eat the real meat. The cows and the tacos.
This is good. Call at 303-477-5600 because it makes you really wonder. What is happening to our planet? I mean, it's not just in Colorado, guys. Around the globe.
This has been, without a doubt, the weirdest winter I've ever experienced in Colorado. I've lived here since I was one. I'm 70. I'm not 70. I'm not 77. I was born in 77, and I've lived here since I was one when my parents moved out here from Iowa. And this is the only time I've ever seen a dry winter.
I'm a native too. I was born and raised here, and I remember the old the blizzard of '82. Man, 82. That was great, and we'd have Christmas snow and all that. And I can say, without a doubt, we haven't had a Christmas or a day with a Christmas day with snow in I don't know how many years, over 2 decades, maybe greater than that. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Reno?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen snow on Christmas. I'm not a native. I've been here long enough.
Mr. Chi-Town.
But I guess the thing is if we're manipulating the weather, whether it's used for military purposes or we're just destroying the planet because we're douchebags, it's not cool at all. Areno?
And just for reference, climate change is different than global warming.
Yeah, totally different things, dude.
And we could be going towards the 100.
The 100 year?
The 100. You haven't seen that show?
No, what's the 100?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
That's where they destroyed the Earth, so they had to live in space.
Oh, really?
Oh, I don't see that if you believe in the Bible,
Guys, at the end of the day, what I think it is human beings are douchebags. Wherever we go.
Speak for yourself.
No. Honestly, think about it. Wherever we go, we're destroying stuff.
We're takers.
We are. Let's be real, dude.
My carbon footprint, if I did nothing but good for the world, my carbon footprint would still have a negative impact.
Oh, for sure. If
bleeding hearts. I mean, come on, man.
No.
So let's just be real. The people like Al Gore. This guy puts more carbon in the air in his private jet than you do in one whole year, Heath. In his private jet. So when you got these politicians that are out there crying, talking about we need to do something for climate change, so pay us and we'll change the weather for you. That's a little sketchy in my opinion. That's that is the epitome of as seen on TV. Send the money over to us and we'll send you a clown.
But think of a Buddhist monk or something like that, right? Where they don't want to hurt a fly, they don't even want to leave a footprint. Mm-hmm. I've done enough damage in my time I've damaged. Hey, look at here, people. I'm a windshield repairman. I fix and replace windshields. But in my youth, I used to smash windows in. So all the damage that I've done can't be made up for by the windows that I save. And all the things that I've done in my life, I can't make up for it in a good act.
The altruistic window repair.
Listen,
altruistic.
Call at 303-477-5600. Since 2020, 2026, there's been 90,000 to 100,000 earthquakes, magnitudes 4.0. Since 2020 to 2026, approximately today, there's been 6,000 to 7,000 fires on our global that's burned down more than 1,000 acres each time. Somalia has been in a drought for the last 6 years. America has been in a drought for the last 20 plus years, dude. There's something obviously not right, whether it's people polluting our oceans. And listen, I really do believe we're polluting our oceans, our rivers. I believe
consumers.
we're destroying our planet.
So let's just be fair. The United States is one of the least countries that pollutes its oceans. In fact, during the
believe that.
Well, it's accounted for during the first Trump presidency. He actually put in a thing because we were getting pollution from other countries.
Wow.
So he put in a thing that where if we find this is your trash, we're going to fine you for it.
Okay, so wait a second. So you're saying that other countries are more pollutant than we are?
Yes, like China.
Oh, I believe that.
Because we commission them to do the work for us.
Reno.
I was just
Always hating America.
I'm telling you, man, dude's always hating it.
So I was just working in San Diego doing a project, and we got a chance to go over to Coronado Island to check out the Coronado Beach, and we went to the beach with trunks on and everything, and you can't get into the water.
What?
Of,
Pollution?
Pollution. And
All the trash.
if you know the vicinity, it's right next to Tijuana. So there's pollution coming in from Mexico, plus chemical, and they were saying it was sewage.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Now, Grant,
So they wouldn't allow anyone to get into the water. I don't know if it's seasonal, or if it's like, I don't think it's permanent because it's Coronado Island. It's high end.
Now, granted, I'm not gonna try to sound racist here, but I mean, I've lived in cul-de-sac neighborhoods where I had somebody from a third world country, Mexico, live next door, and it went from grass to dry ground. You know what I mean? Like it got kind of filthy.
That's zero escaping, bro.
Zero escaping.
I just
racist.
It sounded racist to me, man. You can't help but think that there's so many people on this planet, and we're just, like you said, everywhere we go, we're destroying crap. Like, we're changing the landscape of our globe, whether we want to admit it or not, and it's not in a good way all the time.
Well, when I was in the Philippines, they made a beach of Manila Bay, but you can't get in the water.
Yeah. If you go to other countries, like even in the Caribbean, I mean, their beaches, depending on what part of the beach you go, you will just see all sorts of trash floating up on the beaches.
What
it's
in
just
the
insane.
world?
I even have pictures.
So in comparison to the places that I've been, I would say America does have clean beaches, but I was in Cozumel and we were all in the water.
Well, let me ask you guys this. What's the purpose of polluting our rivers? If we have drinking water, okay, so I heard somebody talk that like all the aspirins and Advil and stuff that we're just flushing down the toilet, the whole 9 yards, like all that stuff goes to the plant, gets filtered. Like we're not able to keep up with all that stuff. So It seems like our water, like tap water doesn't even taste like tap water anymore, dude.
When I was a kid, we used to drink out of the hose. Of course, you let it run.
Right.
But now
it tastes different, dude.
I won't drink tap water now.
I used to drink from the Platte.
Platte
Platte River. Yeah. Well, higher up in the mountains.
I don't believe that.
No, because the North and South Platte come together up there in Conifer.
Yeah.
Up in Conifer and Bailey. So yeah, I was drinking from the North Platte up there in the, in the mountains.
Giardia, just for all those people listening, don't do that. You'll get Giardia.
True that. And call at 303-477-5600. So you were saying that we're polluting stuff. Why do you think other countries are wanting to destroy our planet? Do they just not think about it, or are they just not caring?
You think that's deliberate?
Really?
Well, it might be.
No,
it might be on purpose.
I don't think they have the systems that we have.
You Republicans, man, that's always thinking these countries are trying to destroy deliberately.
I'm telling you, man.
That's why I'm an independent.
Now, in Manila, I think it's built up. There's a lot of nice things in Manila, but you go outside of Manila, and there's a lot of poverty, and there's a lot of like I see people living on the river in boats.
It's third world.
Where
they don't have all that stuff that we do, you know.
Right. So
look at New York. New York's third world now.
Well, maybe.
My God! I can't believe you said that, man.
Maybe they don't have the systems that we have as far as infrastructure to filter out the trash.
And they don't. I mean, even the water, right? When you go there, you're not drinking their water. You're not drinking any of their ice cubes. They're offering you filtered water.
I was walking down the street in the Philippines, and I noticed that there's a little, water, what I thought was a river. I go, that's pretty sweet. You got a river right next to the street.
Yeah.
And I go, no, that's a sewer.
What?
Open
and it was an open sewer
just
like
Well,
running?
that's
running,
the way they did it.
French drain. It's a French drain.
The Greeks did that,
Really?
They merged the water in, and
that was the first
how would
time
they
I
wash
seen
around all their waste, Jeff? So that's nothing new.
Even if the crap is flowing at a pretty fast rate, it might look like suds or like regular old water.
Right, but it was brown.
And you saw that firsthand, huh?
Speaking
because there's vegetation growing.
Oh,
but
see, helping the planet.
You don't want to eat that vegetation.
Well, maybe you do.
Fertilization. Well,
that's right. Fertilization helping the planet.
Maybe
they got it right and we don't.
So.
Well, you know that the water treatment plants and stuff that we have around here and around the world, all they do is they just treat sewage water. So we should have the plunger of love in here giving us like the 101 of where it starts and how it ends up back in our bottle of Arrowhead water.
Yeah, our expert turtle herder is not here today.
According to AI, humanity has fundamentally altered the Earth's physical and biological system.
The what?
But the Earth, according to online, whether it's AI or something you research, human beings have fundamentally altered the Earth, its physical and biological system. Like meaning we're destroying the trees. We're destroying the water. We're destroying the air.
Well, look,
and up top of that, we're destroying ourselves.
Well, I mean, look what we do with seeds. We basically, hybridize them. You know what I mean? GMO, exactly.
What do you guys think? That's funny you mentioned that. What do you guys think about GMO? What do you guys think about that?
I think there's a benefit to genetically modified.
Yeah, marijuana. Genetically modified to increase the THC.
Right.
And it would increase the THC too.
But
they do that.
Yeah.
Well, look, from a biblical standpoint, there was the olive branch, and then we that were grafted into the olive branch. I mean, that's grafted. That's genetically modifying something that is supposed to be a certain way. So it's seemingly as like an abominable thing to merge two things, man. But if you didn't merge a donkey with a horse, you wouldn't get a mule. We wouldn't have no mule.
I mean,
there's.
I'm just shaking my head on this one.
That threw me off, but okay. So there's no there's corn is genetically modified, so it's hard to find the original corn seeds.
But what was modified has made it more bountiful and abundant than it was originally. Have you looked at an original corn?
Well, what about wheat?
Original wheat probably wasn't that great. Like you'd have to work really hard to get
the genetically modified wheat causes problems.
If you think, yeah, exactly, it does. If you think that genetically modified seeds are good for the environment, then why does the UN have a stash of, I can't remember the name of the type of seed, but
they're original.
They're original, untouched, because they realize that at some point, if there's something that is modified, like take for instance the Chinese people that have been found, the Chinese citizens that have been found in our country, with the potential to destroy crops. You know, you guys do remember those 2 accounts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where basically they were Chinese immigrants, and they were, you know, they had the ability to put a seed inside of our crops and destroy the whole thing.
See, that
basically scorched earth policy. But so if that's the case, then GMO is not always the best thing, because you're right, Reno.
Have you
more people have allergies that are able to kill them because of genetically modified. Look at
look, man.
Well,
so
I mean, I'm not trying to go.
I'm going to tell you about a strawberry.
Hold on. Let me give you the number: 303-477-5600. This is good. Okay, let's hear.
Let me tell you about a strawberry. A story of a strawberry. There was a strawberry at King Soopers.
Strawberry.
It was the size of my fist, man.
Okay.
Juicy, plump, and red. Beautiful. And then I tried to grow some strawberries in my own little garden at home. And they came out pitiful, sad, and sour. So I'm gonna take the other big old plump strawberry, man.
So you're going to modify it, or you know?
There's in the Bible the bunch of grapes that who was it? The winner? They were
Joshua. And Caleb.
Joshua, right? So
I think about this all the time.
They had bunches of grapes that they were so big. The grapes were so big they had to carry them over their shoulders.
That's right.
So where are they?
Yeah.
No, so that's funny you guys mentioned that. I think the world. I wish Brian was here. I think the world has been modified so much, and there's so much bad to it. If you go back into the Bible, they were living to be 1,000 years old.
That's right.
What? So that means your bodies were created to live an extra long time. Why aren't we living that long anymore, dude?
Because of the modifications.
Modifications, pills. That's
our bodies
thank
are
you.
Adapting to what man has created. You know, if we kept it all natural. I mean, let's just be real. If we kept it all natural,
this is deep.
Then I believe we would have longer lifespans, healthier.
Oh my God, dude!
You
know what? I'm giving a guy a hand clap on that. That's true, dude.
So
that is true.
It has to do with.
It
also has to do with the firmament.
What do you mean? Yeah.
The water in the sky, the firmament. So it has to do with that. We were much more. We didn't have the scorched earth that we're having right now. If we're talking about weather, we were protected, and it was. You know how nice it is when you go down to Louisiana and your skin is moist and everything grows bigger and lush.
No. You're right.
There's a lot of things that we do to the environment just by having electricity, producing electricity.
Wow.
Driving our vehicles,
right?
And even the electric vehicles need electricity
created to
run them. Mm-hmm. So we're doing a lot to the environment to abuse the firmament.
And call at 303-477-5600 because that's funny you guys are talking about this because when we start modifying things, modifying our foods, modifying the water, our air, I think it takes away from people's health and even our mental capacities to think straight on things, dude.
Yes.
And there's a lot of artificial stuff that goes into food. The hydrogenated oils, the high fructose corn syrups, the sugar, just sugar alone.
You know who we can blame for that, though? I'm going to point the finger back. Man, it was
all of us humans.
No, it wasn't. It was all those, oh my God, after World War II. That generation, man, they were just building stuff.
The boomers?
The boomers, yes.
The boomers? We blame the boomers?
Well, back
We're
to...
We're going to get some calls now, man, blame the boomers.
Back to what you were saying with modified food. Can we modify, like, chemicals? Like pills and things like that? And if we are modifying those, do you think it's hurting our bodies instead of helping us?
Agreed.
Why would you take a chemical to heal yourself or make you feel better when everything is already here naturally to do better than what a chemical can do?
What are your thoughts on cannabis?
Cannabis?
On a growing brain?
Cannabis
This
like
is
for
good.
children.
Today is not the same as it was.
Because it's modified, right?
It's modified to increase the THC levels.
Mm-hmm. And
So-
I keep telling these kids, you guys are not.
It's different than
It's
what.
not the same.
So
When I
so
was a
so
kid.
so you think marijuana is different than when you smoked it as a kid?
Absolutely different.
Okay, and you think it's just because of the way they're growing it in like the labs and things?
Well, there's
There's a lot of
different. There's different strains. There's different hybrids. There's different names or whatever, and
We need
They're-
Snoop Dogg here.
there's
Oh man, wish we had Snoop Dogg here to talk. He knows all about this stuff.
He'd tell you all
But
about
call
the
at
marijuana.
303-477-5600. Keep going, because this on the other side, people, we're going to talk about this, because you're right. I think marijuana and I think pills today have changed. They've morphed. I don't know if it's for the bad or for the good. I don't know.
to be perfectly transparent. I have not tried today's cannabis. I'm just going off of
Hearsay.
basically hearsay, other people's use. I did try it when I was younger, but I cannot say personally what was the same or different because I haven't tried today's cannabis. I'm just going off of.
Well,
other people's
that's funny you say that, because I have a buddy who he gets high all the time, but he'll only grow his own stuff because he said the stuff at the stores was so much more potent than he'd ever. And we're talking someone who smoked his whole life, dude. So it goes back to what you guys were saying. They're putting something, they're crossbreeding things that ain't normal, man.
And that's genetically modifying something.
Right.
So here's the thing: can you genetically modify a person, though?
They're trying.
They are. They're trying.
Well, there's clones.
There's clones. There's
So,
sheep.
so do you
People.
God, this is a deep discussion. We'll see you people on the other side, man, before we get into this one. Oh my God, man. Dude, that turned out to be
Now,
a deep
isn't
discussion.
cloning illegal?
It is
I don't
legal
think
for
it is
now.
anymore.
No, I think
Is
it's
it?
human cloning.
No, human cloning. I thought human cloning was illegal.
I
thought
ever
it
since
was
those
too.
direwolves got
They've-
cloned, I thought it was legal now.
They've cloned a sheep.
Yeah, they can
Huh?
clone that.
They've cloned a sheep.
They cloned
They-
the
they
direwolf
clone
too.
animals.
But see, they call it cloning when they take his seed and a woman's egg and they put it in a petri dish and grow something. They call it cloning. It's not cloning.
That's what they're doing?
In vitro.
I thought they were taking
in
like
vitro,
actual
in
DNA.
vitro fertilization.
I thought that's what cloning was.
Yeah,
taking
I thought
actual
they were
DNA.
taking the actual DNA.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Where
you
they
guys
take
are right.
DNA and they make that same person, like they take my DNA and they make another me, and they of course it would be younger.
But a clone would be an exact, for the most part, an
An
exact
exact.
DNA replica.
That's what I.
Which-
That's what I.
That's what I
Which
thought.
you could
too.
almost never get.
Yeah, because
You
Well,
could
with
never.
DNA,
If you had the right strands of DNA, you could get an exact replica, right?
I
I
think
would
you'd
think
still
so.
have. I think you'd still have a new
yeah, I do
creation.
think so too.
I think you'd have a new creation, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but would it have a soul? I mean, that,
That's a
remember,
good
do you
question,
remember
man.
I don't know.
They
I-
said
You're asking a good
that
question,
sheep,
man.
yeah, that sheep basically had soulless eyes, is what people claimed when they cloned that sheep.
Which isn't too far off because animals are soulless.
No,
They-
I don't think I
sure?
believe that, buddy.
No,
I don't think
what
I
they-
don't
believe
think
that
an
at all.
animal's
No.
soulless.
No,
I don't,
no, no,
God,
no,
man,
no,
because there's
no.
some animals
No.
with personality.
Yeah.
There's
dude,
things
they
that have
And
the
they
spirit.
dream. And
No,
My
they have
dog
the- they
had a
have-
personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they-
No, it's only a reflection of you.
Let's get on to this.
all
So,
it
so
is.
his bad attitude was my bad attitude.
Yes, mine as well. Mine as well. Talk about environment.
You don't
This is
deserve
good,
a dog,
man.
bro.
This
Killing
is
your
good.
dog just because it has 3 legs, bro.
This is good, bro.
This dude was like,
I think
euthanize
cloning could
a
be an
dog.
exact replica if you take their DNA. I think
No.
so.
There's no soul in an animal.
Yeah, there's.
No, the
God- dude, if God-
breath,
if
the
God-
breath of life,
If
the
God
breath
will
of life
know
is in
when
an
a
animal.
bird dies, cares so much for a little bird,
No, but they're
a
soulless.
sparrow, then how much more will he care for you?
They're soulless.
I think
Human,
This is
human
this is
beings.
good, guys. Let's talk about this on the other
About
side. This
that,
is
but-
good, bro.
We're all over the place.
we're gonna
This is good.
get some animal lovers mad. It's getting hot.
How's everybody doing today? This is the second half of the Guy's Perspective, KLZ 560 AM. Give us a call at 303-477-5600. We're talking about, global warming. Is AI going to help, basically tear down our world more? And we were talking about, how foods are modified, water has been tainted, oceans, rivers are being destroyed, trees, and we started talking about like human beings, because I believe, like you said, Andre, that humans were created to live a long time, but because we've tampered with so many things, it changes our health, and more importantly, especially on men, it changes our mental capacities to think clearly, dude. Like, so back to what we were saying.
So check this out. Do you think that men of today are different from men of yesterday?
Jesus, I knew one of you guys. I was waiting for y'all to bring it up. Yes, we are different.
Effeminate, if you will.
Yes, you were
lost our testosterone and maybe more estrogenetic, if you will.
That's deep, Reno.
I think the new men of today are genetically modified.
We're genetically modified.
Give us a call at 303-477-5600. No, if you think about it, I think our minds have shifted as men. I don't think. Well, okay. So for example,
I'm talking about the younger generation.
Yeah.
Because I grew up different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was no timeout. There was
no second place trophy for.
You earned everything you got. You ate what was on your plate.
Mm-hmm.
When my mom fixed dinner, I didn't want it. I went to bed hungry.
Yep.
She didn't have alternatives.
Now they report you to CPS or whatever.
Child Protective Services, because you got green beans and you didn't want them.
But so what you're saying, and I know we're laughing about it, but that's the type of stuff and the mentality that we're growing up with that's causing our planet to suffer.
I believe we're too coddling. Too much coddling, and we create an effeminate.
Don't you think it could be that it's modifications though? Like I'm starting to say there's more estrogen type. Turmeric and tequila. She mentioned it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember? She even agreed with us that there's an abundance of things that actually have lowered statistically and empirically our testosterone levels and made us go higher in estrogen. Remember our guest?
And is this all through food and drink and cloud seeding?
Yeah, and even just the water, because we can't filter out a lot of the microplastics, all these things that are harmful to us.
Well, and even things that we don't choose to eat, we absorb through our skin, through clothing, and everything too. So we're being poisoned.
Osmosis Jones.
No, so if you think about it and call at 303-477-5600, like it's almost like it's a population thing. It's almost like control.
So do you think elites basically don't eat the same things that we eat?
They definitely don't eat.
What?
Elites do not eat the same things that we eat.
No, they don't. I guarantee. I can't guarantee it, but I don't believe they do.
Okay.
I think because when you have money, and money is the deciding factor on things, like think if you go to a poor neighborhood, why is it that all the bad crap is always there in front? You know what I'm saying?
Takis or whatever.
Yeah, and it seems like it's cheaper stuff right there. Versus when you go to the grocery store, it seems like all the organic stuff is more expensive.
So it seems like our current administration is on point, basically stopping the facilitating of eating junk food, through SNAP.
Wow.
Because they basically reversed the food chain, and they brought the protein structure ahead of all, everything where it used to be the other way around. So
because do you believe, and I'll open this up for you guys, do you believe what you drink and what you eat causes cancer?
I do. There are things that are
not necessarily
carcinogens.
Not necessarily.
Sugar feeds cancer.
We have free radicals, man. They're in us already. It's already cancer.
Yeah.
And there are just certain things that exacerbate it. Stress. Sometimes surgeries.
Oh my God.
Sometimes food. Yes.
Cancer is one of those things that it's just a switch inside the genetics of a human being. that at some point, if that right switch is activated,
Right.
then that cancer, that basically your growth hormone stops
because,
growing or continues to grow out of control.
Right, because there are people, I know people who've smoked forever and never got cancer.
Right.
And people who haven't and did. And people who eat however they want and get nothing, and somebody else gets cancer. It's just.
Did you hear about the? I forgot what they call them. The Centurions. I call them Centurions, I believe, but they're a group out in Italy, and they consist of basically eating their pasta, not modified by any means. They drink wine on a daily basis, and they've lived to be 100 plus years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I do believe, and this is just me, I believe that, like this is saying, fundamentally human beings have altered this planet, and we've altered ourselves by the things we're growing. And like you guys, and I can't believe you guys went on to the modifying, so this is a good show. Like, I really think we're destroying ourselves, dude. And we're destroying our minds and our hearts and our souls, dude.
One of the leading things that causes us to have this fallen world is consumption, and not just talking about consumption and eating, but consumption. We can't stop buying.
Yes.
Can't stop buying.
Agreed.
We need a new car. We need a new clothes. We need a new house. We need a new phone.
Well, I think that's. I agree with you, but I think it's fueled by what we see and what we allow ourselves to see through social media,
programming,
and TV, and everyone wants the bigger car, bigger house, because they keep seeing it, then they want it.
Never content.
And do you think that's the reason why so many men nowadays are just stressed out over just life? Because we're trying to get more, and we're trying to get more, and we're trying to obtain this, and we're trying to obtain that. Because let's be real, we're not women, we're men, so.
No.
What happened?
Uh-oh, we offended the FCC. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
We're just talking here.
Sorry, people, we don't know what happened. We were in a deep discussion, and then our mics all went out. Like, that was deep, dude.
Are we online still?
I don't know.
Okay.
So basically, and if you guys can hear us, this is a deep discussion. You can always try to call at 303-477-5600. But
clearly, it's a deep discussion. We just got.
we're getting into something. Seriously, if you think about what we're
down.
putting into our body, it's changing who we are as people.
So, yeah, what we put in our bodies, and what's made available to us. If you notice, if you want to eat healthy, it costs a lot more. The price point is a lot more than if you just want to grab some chips or some junk.
Right.
Junk is so cheap.
Right.
You know,
to eat healthy, organic and healthy.
Yeah.
You're paying a lot higher price point.
You know, it's funny, man. I stood there the other night and I watched these bananas turning brown. They were organic bananas, and I was just watching them turn brown while I was eating spoonfuls of tapioca pudding. like I knew I should eat the banana, but I was like, no, this pudding's pretty good.
So it makes you really wonder if the world is having forest fires all over the place, hurricanes everywhere, and I've got statistics for all this. You have earthquakes just going out of control.
Volcanoes.
Well, those are biblical signs.
Yes.
Of the end. I mean, it says that, wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes will increase. All that is biblical. What we're seeing.
Yeah, birth pains of the second coming of the Lord.
So I guess the question I'm asking you guys, is there a way
for us to stop it?
To stop it?
No,
yeah, to
not
change
No.
the course human beings are on.
I'm sure there is if the masses would adopt it, but.
And how are you gonna? But the biggest thing too is you're debating against countries that either a third world can't afford the technology, and we're not sharing it, right? Which is kind of a sad thing. We have the ability to do so. Why don't we help? if we really believe what we believe. You know, because like Keith mentioned, really is part of greed, right? I mean, when you look at it, I love capitalism. You know, it helps me. I refuse to ever accept any type of socialistic program because there's too much corruption in it, just like capitalism, but not as much, if you will, if that makes sense. But with that said, capitalism is one of those driving factors that really influence us to do better. And I think us as the United States need to stop bashing us as the United States and say, you know what, we have the ability to do it. So if we really want to help out, or if companies want to help out, then maybe those are the grants that we make sure that we facilitate, you know, in helping other countries. Because other countries, we've taken air scrubbers, we've done so many things to protect our environment, but the one thing we can't overtake is the industrial complex of, you know, not only the military industrial complex, but you also have like the pharmaceutical industrial, if you will. You know, you have
textiles,
yes, all sorts of, you know, conglomerates like that basically, if like you remember we used to talk about Monsanto and when that's conglomerated to where, you know, they're invisible. Now they work under a different company.
Or, you know,
I believe we'd be a lot better off if we lived like the Amish.
I agree.
Seriously.
No, you're 100% right.
If we put down the phones and we put down social media and literally live like the Amish, we'd probably be better off.
And call it 303-477-5600. Chime in and tell us what you think.
One could argue that the Amish haven't done much to really progress the world.
Are you sure?
Well, no. I mean, it worked for a time in the agricultural age. Yes, being Amish.
There's still big communities that are thriving.
Yeah, but I've seen
even HBO.
Yeah, but check it, man. Check it. Them Amish kids, they're pretty young, smart whippersnappers, dude. They'll do things like they can run off of batteries. They'll run their carriage off of a battery, and they'll hook up some 808s, man, and they'll be bumping music.
Is that
they
right?
do, yeah, man. They do. I swear they do this.
I mean, think about this, guys. There is something that is changing, and everybody in America is going to have to agree. There's something changing in the minds of people. School shootings are going out of control, man.
I'm glad you actually hit on that. So I think school shootings have been exacerbated also because we're putting a lot of SSRIs, right? You know, and that basically manipulating the structure, the brain chemical structure of the growing and developing mind, including this whole vaping thing where, you know, they're putting in these modified, you know, weed, etc., THC. I mean, all these things are being used inside children where, you know, when we were kids, we did not believe what our parents had to say. We were just like, you know, you don't know what you're talking about, I do. And then, you know, obviously about 2 decades later, we realized, yeah, our parents kind of did really know what they were talking about back then. But as teenagers, they're so dumbed down in the things we've done, like maybe even the COVID crisis of shutting schools down. Have we dumbed our population of children down even further so that way they don't ask the questions? They just believe what is they're being programmed to believe according to what TikTok says, or, you know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. It's a strange new world.
There's some truth to that, but who owns TikTok?
The
China.
Chinese.
So could that be warfare?
It could be.
Did you know there's a different TikTok here than there is there?
Absolutely.
The one here is
There's
like
different they have different algorithms. They see different things than we see.
And you know where that came from? It came from all the capitalization of trying to sell products, you know, through commercialization. They were the first to basically, you know, use or try different things to try to program, you know, people into buying this over that, or if you're man enough, you'll, you know, take this.
And where like in China, right? TikTok in China, as I understand it, is educational and uplifting and helpful in those capacities instead of just like this junk food that we eat when we
funny videos to entertain.
Because I think about like what you guys said at the first half of the show about like people in general, like how our minds are shifting. How you asked, are men back then, like let's say 1940, are men different today?
Absolutely.
And I think so. If you look at today, You can, if you don't know how to do math, you can just whip out your calculator. If you don't know how to read, you have an audiobook that can read to you. Like
But there's nothing to teach you to write in cursive.
Right. No. Most people can't even read that anymore. So if you think about it, like kids nowadays, not even kids, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60-year-olds are developing in a different way.
Is it developing and evolving or devolving?
I think it's devolving. I signed my name the other day. I think I was I was out of town, so I was signing my name, and the guy that was I think I have sloppy
handwriting
signatures. And he was complimenting me on how good my signature was because he can't write in cursive.
Wow.
And he says that he wished they could teach it.
Huh. It's a lost
language. And people chime in at 303-477-5600. I'm a firm believer because it says, at least according online, it says the extinction crisis. We are currently in the 6th mass extinction of species. Species are disappearing at a rate 100 to 100,000 100 to 1,000 times faster than they ever have because of the way we are destroying our planet.
Check this out. There's a biblical thing about being a steward. According to Leviticus 25, 23, 24, the land belongs to God. Humans are foreigners and strangers on it, so it must not be overexploited. In common vernacular, Numbers 35, 33, do not pollute the land, for bloodshed pollutes the land, extends the broader environmental harm. Proverbs 12:10, the righteous care for the needs of their animals. Humane treatment of creation. There's even New Testament. But anyway, I was just
that's deep. That's deep. Even the Bible says don't destroy the stuff that you have, man.
So does that mean we shouldn't eat animals?
It doesn't say that at all. In fact, God did tell us that they were our parts, to do with what we need to.
No, there's another scripture. There's another scripture too, and I don't know if you got it up there, but it was something about like the treatment of the earth that will like that's sinful, like if we mistreat the earth.
For sure, because like before the show started, we were all talking, and I think you were with us. I believe that from Genesis chapter 1, verse 1 and 2, something happened. Like there was an extinction there, and then and then the flood happened. Another mass extinction.
Oh, we talked about that.
We talked about that. And that's what I'm saying. Like when you keep consistently destroying our planet, I feel like it changes the atmosphere. I don't know if it's because there's so many people, there's a bad energy being released that's affecting things. I don't know.
At some time, was there a reset?
Yes, there was, in my opinion.
That's good. That is good.
Before Adam, I do believe there's a pre-Adamic age. That was one of our first broadcasts.
But you think that was a reset then?
Yeah, I do. I really do. And that's why we still have sin. That was created pre-Adamic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I believe that Lucifer and the fallen angels are way before Adam. And, biblically speaking, we can probably rightly say so because it's obvious when Lucifer, presents himself as the serpent,
Right.
And in biblical architecture, you look at what it says. It basically says that there was a time, where, Jesus or the angels had to come before God one-on-one.
And it calls them the sons of God. Yeah, you are 100% right.
So look at this. Speaking of natural and upheaval, and distresses in an end time, I'm not saying, we can't fix it, so don't try. But the Bible, Jesus did describe and said that there will be signs in the sun, the moon, the stars, and on earth, and nations will be in anguish, perplexities, a healthy roaring, and tossing of the sea, and that people would faint from terror, apprehensive of what is coming in the world, for the heavenly bodies will be shaken.
And that's right there in the Bible, huh?
Yeah. So are we creating that?
That's what I asked.
I bet it's destiny.
Yeah.
So you think it's destiny?
So check it out.
Oh my God! Call us 303-477-5600. I think I'm with you. I think we create it. You think it's destiny? I don't believe that. I think we're creating it.
But if we're creating it, but it's Bible prophecy, are we fulfilling prophecy?
Yeah, God knows everything, right?
Yeah, it doesn't mean you don't try, right? Because even Jesus basically said, until he returns, you do what you got to do in my vernacular.
God,
but nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There'll be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these things will be like women who have birth pains. The earth will do the same thing, right?
For the return of the Lord.
Before the return of the Lord, yeah, Mark and Luke.
God, so Because I think if people just work together, we could put a stop to a lot of stuff that's happening. But do you think that no matter what, it's going to happen either way?
It's not
well, I mean, you could use something like Nineveh. Nineveh is an example of people that was going to be destroyed, and then Jonah was sent to kind of warn them of the Lord. And
hey, you brothers are on the Bible today. Y'all reading
their wicked
scriptures
ways.
and all.
And yes, they, in fact, against Jonah's own will, because Jonah wanted God to smite them. Jonah wanted them to be crushed, and he was mad about it, and it didn't happen because they turned and they repented, and God relented.
So is it possible that we're prolonging God's return, per se?
I just don't think we can stop the spin of the world, man. The spin of the world is like it's devolving.
So is it already spiraling out of control?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's funny you guys are mentioning
entropy, man.
It says that...
Yep. Scientific and biblical speaking, right? I think science kind of corroborates a lot of the biblical, and vice versa.
God, man, that is deep,
and we didn't
dude.
even talk about what we were going to start.
No.
Well, it was AI, and it's the
that's and I think that's what we're talking about.
Right.
Is all this the world? You mentioned the world is yearning, like it's got growing pains.
Yeah.
Is it the world trying to say, I'm going to eliminate human beings and start over, like you said, that restart, or is it all just predestined type stuff, dude?
What if AI is our own Babylon, because now we have no breakdown in language barriers, because we can converse with people, and we're building our own Babylon.
Deep thought,
man. Or
that's a very
of
deep thought. Very deep thought.
I think a lot of us are thinking that too.
Yeah, that's interesting, because you do have the earpods that can hear and speak and translate.
That's a very deep thought.
And what did he say to the people that built the Tower of Babel? He said that he was like, let us go down there and see what they're doing. And they were like, dang, well, we better put a stop to this, because when they put their mind together to one thing, they'll achieve it. So
nothing can stop
them. Check this out. Revelation, scorching heat. The fourth angel poured out his bowl on the sun, and the sun was allowed to scorch people. So there's 16, 18 through 9. I mean, there's so many different prophetic speakings of climate change, fervent heat, and just people refusing to do anything despite the crisis.
I guess what I wonder is, why haven't we as human beings learned from our first mistakes?
Because God gives us chance after chance, but I don't think we're going to see another. I am a pre-Adamic believer. I believe there is an age of humanoids before Adam, and there was some type of.
So do you? You believe that too?
Yeah, because after Adam and Eve came out of the Garden of Eden, there was another country of people that Cain went to.
Yeah.
Said he knew his wife, right, or something like that. It just makes you wonder, like, if our ancestors messed up and everything got wiped out, how we ended back on the same track, dude.
Well, we don't know if we followed that same track. Yeah. In fact, I think that there must have been some seriously gross sins between the angels and humans. I really do believe that angels consummated with the women. With the women.
Oh, you think that's a real thing right there where it talks about it?
I really do.
Nephilim?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I do believe all that. I do believe.
Yeah, really? It was the sons of God had sex with women.
Oh, I thought that was just saying that.
I don't know, where does that come from?
It's in like Genesis somewhere, dude.
Maybe we can get that. I can find that.
And it might be Genesis. It might be Genesis, because it was after the wipeout.
And I think Job is one of the oldest books too, so we might find some of that in Job as well.
But then it states that this is where all the great men, mighty men of renown came from.
Exactly.
And this is where the giants came from. This is like Goliath's people.
God, I didn't know you guys. I didn't know you guys believed in that. I just thought that was just like.
No, I believe.
Talking.
It straight says issues of horses, man.
That's interesting. That's interesting that you, as a Christian, don't believe that.
Well,
here's
the reason. I just always thought that was like some kind of metaphor. I never thought about it being an actual, real, like, scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we could morph off into so many.
Oh my God!
We could deviate. We need like another hour. If you believe that.
I mean, that's a deep discussion, but back to what we're seeing with our planet, and I just believe, I'm a firm believer that if we work now as human beings,
could we change it?
We can change it.
Nah.
We could prolong the inevitable, in my opinion.
So that would take complete and total unity.
Yeah.
Which on the earth, with just in America, with all the different genders and nationalities and opinions,
ideals,
it'd be like herding cats.
Okay, and before we go, I want to ask you guys this, and since we're talking about things being modified, things being destroyed, are parents destroying their children when they give them the option to change sex?
Absolutely. That's just my opinion.
Well,
I believe that is...
So that's correct, that statement, because some parents don't have that option. All we can do is guide our children, right?
Okay.
Because children are going to do what they're going to do, you know, just like a cheating
age?
Spouse. Yeah, at an age, yeah, once they're adults. But yeah, I do agree. You do have that opportunity unless the government is intervening. The sad part is government is taking over the role of the parent. Schools are taking the role of parents. CPS and those programs are taking the role of the parent. When we as parents typically have known better.
Heath.
I was just going to say, I mean, there's many things that if parents are ignorant about or don't understand and don't share with their kids, then it could end in murder if you don't tell them about your guns.
So if you change your,
but they used to teach
genders. Can I finish?
Sorry, excuse me.
You change your kids' genders at like 9 or 10 years old. They haven't even fully developed yet.
To make your choice.
I agree with you.
And the reason I brought the reason I brought that up, it's because I wanted to know what you guys think, because we are changing the structure of our planet. So if we change our home, we change our planet.
So getting back to what Heath was saying about gun violence. Well, guess what? They used to teach that in high schools. There used to be programs where they would teach all of those things, and they were in farm agriculture, all that.
Yes.
They would teach that, and guess what? We did not have that gun violence. What I do believe, again, is going back to SSRIs, etc. We're manipulating the brain structure, the chemical structure of the human developing brain. And unfortunately, we're starting to see that when it goes to transgenderism. I do believe if you look at, statistically speaking, I know we're running out of time. I guess
that's for another day.
Jesus, dude, that could have been, that was a good show.
That's for another day.
That's for another show, bro. Oh, Jesus, dude. Dude, I was trying to tie it all into its affecting our planet. Is what we're. Dude,
but then to bring that down to the microcosm, it's what matters. It's what happens in your household that matters most.
Yeah.
We start at home
and
first.
if you start changing kids' genders before they even fully develop and understand who and what they are, that's abuse.
But here's another thing, man. What about the parent that, because they're so pious and self-righteous, that they don't tell their kids about sex at all?
Yeah.
And now this kid is 16 years old, experiencing it from.